There's no concept of time when we're here. It's loving on my mind when you're near. Just bodies intertwined when we're here. Like I'm buzzing off some wine when you're here. Just the moaning of your voice in my ear. Keep you dripping wet and moist when you're here.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today Wednesday, y'all, and everybody know Wednesday is our weekly group ride. We meet out in College Park at the IKEA / Wawa, and this is just a big group ride for everybody in the DMV area. This is kind of like the grassroots of the motorcycle scene in the DMV area, because at some point you know about it. Someone told you about it, you've been here, you've met people here, so on and so forth. So people have gained either lifelong relationships, friendships, networking, so on and so forth. This was my first time here this season, and again, it's kind of, this is the meeting ground for all DMV bikers at some point. We do different group rides to different local restaurants, bars, lounges in the DMV area, and it's always a fun time meeting up with your boys, some of the female riders, and just kind of sharing like-minded concepts, like-minded things about just bikes in general. So it was about I want to say about 50 people that came out today. It was about 80 degrees out, so people wanted just to be outside. We were heading to a spot called Looney's Pub, which was not too far, maybe about 10-15 minutes away. But when you kind of riding with 50 people, things can get chaotic at times, so this is why we kind of split it up. The first group is all the fast guys who want to just ride track on the highway basically, and then group 2 is more like a chill ride where you kind of just stay information, and like group 3 is like the cruisers, people who just kind of just low-key don't want all the traffic and just want to kind of ride their own ride. So that's kind of how it's set up to be. The bulk of the people usually go on group 2, and we kind of ride information, which never happens, because once you see a straightaway or you see the highway open up, people want to go. It's kind of go time. So if you got a sport bike, it ain't really meant to go slow. So I think people kind of take advantage of showing their skills or how fast their bike is, so on and so forth. And I get it, especially if you're kind of new to the scene. I guess we all been there, done that, like myself. So I'm not mad at it, and I understand it. But shout outs to everybody that comes to these meetings, because again, it's always cool to meet new people. It's always cool to network with new people. And again, just because we share like-minded interests in motorcycles, these same people got 9-to-5 jobs. So you may meet, lawyers, doctors, mechanics, engineers, whatever the case may be. So there's always a good networking tool that I suggest for everybody that's in the DMV area that like motorcycles, but also have other interests that just about everybody else got. So we was acting a little fool on our way out there. As you can see, my boy up there trying to 12 o'clock it, but I think that was only about a good 3 to 4 o'clock. I guess you would call it. But yeah, I can't really. So hey, shout out to all the stunners that can do it. Yeah, I don't do that. For the main reason, I don't trust myself. Maybe if I get a Grom and start learning how to do it, I can master it, but ain't my thing. I'm more of I like to chill. I go fast every now and then, and that's just what it is. I mean, I got a good skill set, I would say. And if you kind of put it in perspective, this is just my opinion. Every time I make it home was a good ride. So rather if I was riding slow, fast, rather good, bad, or indifferent, if I made it home, it was a good damn ride to me. So that's kind of how I keep it. No reason to show off, your skills for everybody, all the time. Like for me, I'm a little too old for that. So I can understand if you the YNs and you want to show off a little bit, show what you can do. We get it, but we all been there, done that. It ain't nothing new to us, so it is what it is. Other than that, as you can see, we kind of all stayed together, and I wanted to open up my little sport cruiser. I wanted to see how fast I can get it. I think I got it to about good 135, 140, and that was it. And then it kind of gave me that little wobble. I was like, all right, let me slow the fuck down. And it's still stock, so it's nothing special or modifications that I did to it. But like I said, it's my sport cruiser because my booster gets me in trouble. So again, when I'm out on my sport cruiser, it kind of keeps me tame from doing dumb shit. So I can appreciate it, and when I'm out on my booster, for some reason I start acting like YNs and kind of do some dumb shit every now and then, which I shouldn't be doing, but it happens. I think it's just I just charge it to the game. I guess all you can say. But shout out to everybody that's new to the group that comes out. Again, we're gonna see how this season pan out. We got some new people that kind of rock with me and my crew now, and I just want to see if they, how they kind of vibe with us. For the most part, even though we all one big family, or however you want to call it, people kind of section off into their own little groups because they share the same style of riding, or they have the same interests outside of motorcycles, that they kind of link up and kind of hang out. I also, like myself, besides motorcycles, I go to the gun range, so I know people who like guns and like going to the gun range. Hey, we link up, we go. So on and so forth. Anybody that's into sports like anybody else, I'm sure it's just different common interests. But like you can see, for the most part, when we was out on an open road, this the kind of hooligan shit we do. People start acting a little fool, they start showing off how fast their bike is, so on and so forth, and it is all good. I mean, like I said, ride your own ride, but as long as you don't bang out or anything like that, or have an agricultural experience, it was safe to me. And as long as you ain't endangering other people too. So that's always a good rule of thumb. Now, I had put out there on my Instagram, what are the rules to the game? Like, especially when you're in a group ride. I understand not everybody, have the same skill set. Some people don't follow certain, I would think, unspoken or unwritten rules that you just should know. So what are the drop a comment, what are some rules that should just be basic rules when you're either in a group ride or you just riding period by yourself? I know for me, when I'm splitting cars, I'm at a low speed. I don't split cars at high speed. So that's just one of my rules. Or another rule with me, if I'm in a group ride, I'm not directly behind another bike, because if they brake fast, that's a quick reaction. So I kind of stay staggered. So whenever you're in a group ride, you should always stay staggered to the person that's in front of you. But that's just my pet peeve. And I'm sure other people got other things. If you're wheeling, make sure you in the clear. Don't be power wheeling and somebody, like, I would say 2 or 3 bikes in front of you, because if they brake or they don't see you, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a big problem. When we roll race, get out the left lane. You should already know that. So it's just one of those things that we all have our own set of rules too. So whatever y'all's is, drop a comment, let me know. But I do think there's just some basic common rules that everyone should follow. If you're a new rider, don't try to keep up with track riders or speed racers, whatever you want to call it. Ride your own ride. If you got the directions, get there safely. That's just another one. But as you can see, we've kind of deep. I try to catch, different angles. This is my back camera. Just catching, different angles on our way to Looney's Pub. For me, I try to, grasp the experience every time I'm out on twos. This is all memorable moments. So, whenever, riding season is over, I can always go back to these videos and like, oh, I remember what this happened, or I remember he or she did this, and, stuff like that, basically. So I kind of document this just because, again, this is like history in the making, I guess you would have called it. What I am going to end up doing, I had got with some short filmmakers. I'm going to see if I can pull it off either this year or next year to do a short film on the motorcycle scene here in the DMV. And if you're interested, let me know. I'll get all the details and kind of see what the budget looked like, and then trying to shoot this in weird locations. I do have a guy who is interested, but like I said, I gotta gather enough people that actually want to do it and don't mind, sharing some life experiences out on twos and sharing it with everybody, to put it on the big screen, I guess you could say. It's a short film, so it may pop off, it may not, who knows, but I figure let's try to do something different. I know there's many YouTubers in the DMV that put out content, so I kind of want to just see if I can step it up a little bit by doing a short film. But again, I need enough people that's interested and willing to share, their life, their bike life, and maybe their personal life, in this short film. So we'll see how that go. But in the meantime, this is just a fun experience we do every week. So we kind of got an agenda. Like on Tuesday, we do Taco Tuesdays. Granted, the weather is good. On Wednesdays, we have our big group ride every Wednesday somewhere in the DMV. And then somewhere on the weekends, there's always something going on. And, that's where everybody kind of group up or link up with their crews and say, hey, this is what we hitting. But at the end of the day, we all kind of link to everything that goes on. So we end up seeing a lot of people at these events that we know anyway. So it's always a good experience. So far, all the experience that I had, it didn't get out of hand. It was never a place where you felt unsafe. And for me, I'm more of, I kind of live by the 3 rules. We have fun, we go home, like we all go home, and we are safe. So that's my 3 rules every time, at least when I'm out. So if people that hang out with me or part of my crew, those are 3 things I try to guarantee that we have. So again, there's always intervening factors, but for the most part, that's what it is. So we was out, me, my boy Devon, and PJ. We was just on our way back home. Me, I live pretty far, so there's always going to be at least an hour for me to commute back to where I'm at or more. So I enjoy these experiences, these night rides, and that's where you see my Night Ride Chronicles on Instagram, TikTok, and all that. So again, like, subscribe, comment. If you like what you see, keep it going. So peace.